All right, now let's bring in ABC News contributor and former DNC chair, Donna Brazile. Donna, always good to have you with us on the program, especially on a Friday night. Let's begin by talking about the potential political fallout here. This news is no doubt going to be ammunition for Republicans, especially during an election year. What's your take on the impact this will have in the coming year?
Well, as you well know, Hunter Biden has been under investigation for over 5 years. There's been a lot of talk about what could happen. Then we saw the plea deal implode. And now, as you well know, he is facing some serious charges. I'm sure that he is going to have the best legal advice, the best defense to once again reiterate what happened. Hunter Biden was under the influence of drugs. That much is known. He wrote a book about it. And yet, it seems as though the prosecutor is going to throw the book at him for, taking his time to pay his taxes. And during that process, or during that time that elapsed, because he has paid and filed his taxes, apparently he used money for other purposes.
The Biden campaign, as you know, navigating some pretty tumultuous waters right now. Republicans targeting his policies, some voters questioning his age, and now this new indictment, these charges that his son faces. If you're advising this particular campaign, you're one of the bright legal minds of our time. What would you tell the Biden campaign to do here? You address the elephant in the room. Do you say, hey, this is not related to my campaign? What do you think the best course of action is?
Well, the best course of action is to talk to the American people about the things that Joe Biden is doing each and every day of his life. I mean, today he's out in Las Vegas, going to California to announce more infrastructure projects. He's been, gone across the country talking about all of the programs that he's putting in place to keep the American economy going. We just had another jobs report that showed once again the resiliency of our labor force. So I think the campaign should focus on those common kitchen table issues that most Americans care about. The president has also said that he wants to address the crisis at the border, because it is something we should all think about, because migration is not just a problem here in the United States, but it's all across the world. So I think focus on the particulars and don't get into, trying to litigate what the Republicans would like to see Democrats talk about. Every year, the Republicans tell us not to think about or talk about the things that we care deeply about, like the economy, like climate, like making sure that we can build a 21st century infrastructure. They instead want Democrats to talk about the things that they care about. So yes, I understand why they're consumed with trying to impeach President Biden with no evidence. I mean, they haven't come up with anything. There's no dare there. And I understand that they're going to try to put Hunter Biden, a private citizen, on trial. The bottom line is Hunter is not above the law. He's innocent until proven guilty, and he will face his day in court.
Do you think this takes that idea of a two-tiered justice system off the table now that we have, someone from the Biden family charged? And obviously it's not the same as what the former president is accused of doing. But it seems like the justice system goes after who the justice system needs to go after at the time. No?
I don't believe that. Look, I've never, ever disparaged the folks at the FBI or the Justice Department. I grew up at a time when people questioned whether or not there was equal justice under the law. So I'm very sensitive to this notion that somehow or another the Justice Department and their civil servants, many of whom live in this neighborhood that I call home here in Washington, D.C., they do their job. They do their job based on the fact, not their feelings, not their partisan affiliation or nonpartisan affiliation. So no, I don't like to confuse the American people. There's a place and time for everything in politics. But right now, Hunter Biden, like former President Donald Trump, must go before the judge, must go before a jury of their peers, and they must be presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's the legal system.
Donna Brazile, thanks so much for taking the time for the conversation on this Friday night. It's always good to see you.
Always good to see you too, sir. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.